Argentina's squad for the World Cup is packed with quality. Julian Alvarez.
And he keeps on plowing. Julian Alvarez! Sensational!
Lautaro Martinez.
Y arranca Lautaro contra Camilo.
And of course, none other than Lionel Messi.
Lionel Messi. Messi's hit! Oh! That's what they came for! One more Messi moment!
But for a reigning champion, there's an unusual absence of the old fear factor that once made opponents shiver before kickoff. On paper, they don't boast the depth of European heavyweights like Spain or France. While many of their core players are on the wrong side of 30, the squad looks seasoned, perhaps too seasoned. And yet here they are, battle-hardened, top of South American qualifying and winners of 3 major titles in the last 4 years. They may not look terrifying, but they're scarier than you think. So amid the doubts and what-ifs, why are Argentina still considered one of the outside favourites to lift the World Cup again? 3.5 years ago, Messi finally did the unthinkable. He literally completed football by leading Argentina to World Cup glory in 2022. Their first since Diego Maradona's iconic triumph in 1986, Messi captured the one prize that had eluded him for so long. For everyone but Ronaldo fans, it felt like justice. For Argentina, it was destiny fulfilled. And for Messi, it was the perfect finishing touch on a career that may never be emulated. He was magnificent in Qatar. 7 goals in 7 games, including 2 in that thrilling final that gave all of us more than a few heart attacks, as well as 3 memorable assists. The Golden Ball award as the player of the tournament was inevitable. He wasn't just the Albicelestes' talisman, he was their emotional compass, a leader in every sense. But to call that 2022 side a one-man team would be a disgrace. Julian Alvarez, Alexis Mac Allister and Enzo Fernandez all properly announced themselves on the world stage, with the latter even claiming the Young Player of the Tournament award. Even among the Unks, Nicolas Otamendi turned back the clock at the heart of a fearsome backline, while Emiliano Martinez etched his name into World Cup folklore with his penalty shootout heroics and, more memorably, rage-baiting shenanigans. And even those who had statistically underwhelming tournaments, like Angel Di Maria and Lautaro Martinez, gave absolutely everything for the shirt and made vital contributions. Indeed, after that shock-opening defeat to Saudi Arabia, something had shifted. Standards sharpened, unity hardened, and from that point on, Argentina never wavered. No team in the tournament came closer to their collective spirit. Having won 2 Copa Americas and 1 World Cup in the past 5 years, they've also firmly reasserted themselves as a global powerhouse, and now are chasing back-to-back World Cup titles, something only 2 nations have ever achieved. But fast forward to today, are Argentina still as fearsome as their 2022 triumph suggests? By the way, if you're enjoying the video so far, we'd be incredibly grateful if you subscribed. Your support helps us grow and continue creating the content you love. On paper, Argentina's 18-game qualifying campaign could hardly have gone better. They finished top of the CONMEBOL standings, 9 points clear of Ecuador. They defeated arch-rivals Brazil both home and away. And they boasted the best attacking record across the continent, with Messi's 8 goals earning him the title of top scorer in qualifying, surprisingly for the first time in his career. It looked like dominance, but context matters. For one, the rest of the pack were far from their strongest, with traditional heavyweights like Uruguay and Brazil stumbling to 4th and 5th place, respectively. There were warning signs for Scaloni's side too, most notably in defeats to Uruguay and Paraguay, plus a flat 1-1 draw at home to Colombia. Sandwiched between the qualifiers was a successful Copa America title defence. Yet even then, the lingering feeling was that Argentina never truly hit top gear. They were grinding out wins without playing particularly well, and it is a pattern that has largely followed them into the build-up to this year's World Cup. Their first warm-up friendly came in October, a narrow 1-0 win over Venezuela without Messi. Since then, however, meaningful tests have been scarce. After wrapping up 2025 with a 6-0 rout of Puerto Rico and a routine 2-0 win over Angola, Argentina belatedly scheduled 2 more friendlies in March against Mauritania and Zambia. But these are Farmer League caliber opponents and certainly not fixtures that reveal much about Argentina's true level. Surprisingly, while Zambia were comfortably thrashed 5-0, Mauritania, ranked 115th at the time, were only beaten 2-1, recorded even more shots than Argentina, and played as fiercely as the Shaolin soccer team. Of course, such lowly opposition rarely offers a genuine threat. And for them, watching Messi play, let alone competing against him, is occasion enough. So it's understandable that Argentina's intensity dipped during these friendlies. But Scaloni wasn't having any of it. Nor was Emi Martinez, who even went as far as saying it was one of the worst friendlies they've ever played. For a team chasing history, that's not a comfortable place to be.
There was one moment, Dibu Martinez, the goalkeeper, who's not shy ever of giving his opinion, opened the door a little bit to that discontent. And after the friendly, I think it was against Zambia, they asked him this very same question, Claudia, and he said, yeah, how do we know where we're at if we're playing against Mauritania and Zambia?
To be fair, Argentina had little choice after their planned finalissima against Spain and Qatar was scrapped at late notice due to the conflict in the Middle East. By then, most top nations had already locked in their schedules, and although the finalissima could have been moved to the Bernabeu, Argentina were understandably reluctant to stage such a marquee fixture in what would most certainly have been a partisan pro-Spain atmosphere. Yes, defeat might have been on the cards, but even a loss to Spain would have offered far more value than two half-hearted run-outs. Not to mention the fact that they robbed us all of the chance to see Messi go head-to-head with his heir, Lamine Yamal. The 2022 finalissima proved exactly why these occasions matter. Messi and Di Maria inspired a dazzling 3-0 win over Euro 2020 champions Italy, a statement victory that injected belief into the squad. Without it, the comfortable, friendly wins over the UAE, Jamaica, Honduras and Estonia, bro, who the hell is even scheduling Argentina's friendlies, would have been the only reference points heading into Qatar, and the confidence that carried them through the tournament wouldn't have been the same. So how good are Argentina right now? Nobody can say for sure. What is clear though is that they need to rediscover their rhythm, and quickly. Even at the age of 37, Messi once again shoulders the weight of expectation. But this time it's a very tall order. This isn't the same Messi who felt omnipresent in 2022. His genius is still there, but his legs can no longer power through the full 90 minutes every 5 or 6 days. Not any more than I could survive a 20-minute leg workout. The question is, when Messi rests, who steps up? When Messi missed the 2 away defeats to Colombia and Ecuador through injury, the creative drop-off was glaring. Di Maria's retirement after the last Copa America stripped Argentina of its most dangerous wide attacking outlet. And while Nico Gonzalez has filled in at left wing, he is undeniably the Alibaba version with end product and technical ability that pale in comparison to the original. The midfield has lost a bit of bite too. Rodrigo de Paul, once the chief enforcer and now doubling as Messi's second bodyguard at Inter Miami, isn't quite as mobile at 31. While Enzo Fernandez, Leandro Paredes and McAllister have all endured inconsistent seasons at club level. At the back, the foundation that underpinned the 2022 triumph looks far less secure. Otamendi, now 38, is more vulnerable to being caught out. At the same time, Cristian Romero has struggled through a turbulent Spurs campaign, collecting red cards like Pokemon, and now faces a race against time after sustaining an injury in mid-April. The 2 men who started as fullbacks in the 2022 final, Tagliafico and Gonzalo Montiel, have both struggled with injuries. And although Nahuel Molina remains a dependable option on the right, Marcos Acuna on the opposite flank is well past his peak. Even the ever-reliable Emi Martinez has faced scrutiny at club level, with a few basic errors creeping in at Aston Villa. But in Argentina colours? Bro is Super Saiyan. There are promising signs though. Alvarez, comfortable wide, central or just off the striker, looks to be peaking at exactly the right time with Atletico. Lautaro Martinez has enjoyed another prolific season with Serie A champions Inter. And then there's the potential wildcard, Real Madrid prodigy Franco Mastantuono. In Nico Paz, the breakout star at Como, Argentina may even have a ready-made creative successor waiting. He drifts in from the right, links play intelligently and carries a hint of Messi's eye for a set piece. The talent is obvious. Now it's about proving it when the opportunity arises. Because the reality is this: there is no replacing Messi just yet. No one else stitches everything together. No one else can conjure something from nothing when margins are razor thin. And no one else carries the same gravitational pull over a team. Just having him in the squad still changes everything. And it should this time too.
It felt like the motivation was always, let's get Messi to win a World Cup. Well, they've finally done it. So what's the motivation coming into this year's World Cup?
I think there are a couple of players, and again, back to what Scaloni has done right, is that he has found a couple of guys like a Nico Paz, Giuliano Simeone, Valentin Barco, Franco Mastantuono, These guys haven't won anything with Argentina. Not a Copa America, obviously not a World Cup. And then when you have, if you have Messi as a motivating factor to be on your team, it helps you take your game to the next level, along with the togetherness of the group.
If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe for more content like this. Also, don't forget to hit the notifications bell so you never miss a beat. And with that, we'll see you in the next video.